Ashton Hall is one of the fastest growing influencers on IG, as well as being one of the biggest memes of the past couple of years. But you can see the level of hard work and dedication that goes into making short IG videos. However, this video in particular got him into a back and forth with Roman Atwood, an OG and legend in the YouTube space, who was flying the helicopter, his personal one, and had nothing but bad things to say about his experience.
But I guess I just come from a time where people were the important part of content, and now content is just more important than people now, apparently.
And despite Ashton getting all of the applause from this video, Roman has received all of the drawbacks, including his current issues with the authorities.
So I got a call today. Long story short, there's an investigation.
A lot of people feel really bad for Roman, but to understand what exactly happened and who's to blame, we need to go back to the very start. Ashton Hall is known for doing viral videos like these where he runs alongside moving vehicles, among other things like dunking his face in ice water. Roman Atwood, meanwhile, is a legendary YouTuber, entrepreneur, prankster, and thought that Ashton would be the perfect person to sponsor his energy drink, Kinetic. So at a NASCAR event in February, they did some content together.
You know what to say?
It's like being tied to two horses right now.
You know what to say? How about now?
That's clean.
Damn. Holy crap, yeah. We look good.
And a few months later, Roman and Ashton decided to make some even more exciting content together.
We had the ability to fly Ashton Hall in. He flew himself in. I didn't pay for it. If you don't know who Ashton Hall is, the dude is insane. Like, let me just show you. 560 million views on an Instagram video. I didn't even know that was possible. Insane. So he does all this running, you know, cinematic, it's beautiful content, and he wanted to be chased by the bird. He saw my helicopter, he said, please chase me. So that's what we're doing today. I love chasing black people.
And in these vlogs, his audience got to witness the hours and hours of preparation that can go into filming a very short clip on Instagram.
The concept today is very interesting. We are using some longer lenses and attempting to, you know, give Ashton that vibe of being chased by a helicopter. I also have some very expensive trained canines that we're trying to utilize as well. So it should be a fun time, more than anything. Getting out and making some content with somebody is something I miss doing. Excited to do that. And when you have the opportunity, you take it. That's what we're doing.
The plan was to have him running away from a helicopter, as well as some attack dogs, and create something similar to a scene from a Hollywood blockbuster, maybe even Bollywood. But obviously, there were a number of safety concerns.
So we're gonna walk up on this dam and see if it's the right spot. I think the elevation's cool because I can be like more eye level while he runs rather than the classic like you're above in a helicopter. We'll see. We'll see. Steeper than it looks, right?
Huh? Thought it was gonna be easier.
Should have brought the sleds. It's tough being a runner too, right? Like if it's your career, because you can't get hurt. Right? And I could see the concern of like, it's not perfect, but I mean, look at our lighting. It's so good. It's like a set right now. Could build a mark for cameras for the helicopter. Bring him in, and then when he jumps out, we can plan that second mark for the helicopter.
When Ashton arrived, he and Roman seemed to get along pretty well.
What's up, bro?
What's up, my man?
How's everything?
Good. Good to see you again.
Great to see you. I never thought I would see you in Ohio.
Dude, I don't know why people
we
come to
talked
Ohio.
about it, but
I know.
You know, thought we was just talking.
Here we are.
How's
Here we
everything?
are. Good, man.
What's up, Ashton?
I'm
Good to
Scotty.
meet you.
He's my youngest. Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
What's up, son?
And it wasn't long until they began filming.
Sure, it looks sick though. Nice and dusty.
That was so fire.
It looked nice and dusty.
But despite the danger involved, this took several takes to make sure they got it right.
Reaction for that one, we're gonna make it better. That one I was probably about 99% speed. Now I gotta do 110, let's get to it. Whew.
However, they decided against including the dogs in the video.
It just came down to a safety standpoint. I didn't want there was a lot going on, and I knew you were going to get a good shot. We would have loved to have been in it,
Sand's
but your
aggressive.
safety was paramount.
I think it pelts you too. They want to put the dog in it.
But all in all, Roman and Ashton ended the shoot on really good terms.
You're inspiring people, you know what I'm saying? You're doing dope stuff like this. Freaking, who has access to stuff like this?
Yeah.
I got to jump off a chopper. I never thought we would do that.
That's sick.
We never even
That's sick.
planned for that ever.
I know.
I'm just like, chopper, jump off.
He came all the
sounds
way
like
here.
something I would do, but
He came all the way to Ohio. with
Ohio.
Almost no plan.
literally, you guys spoke about it, and I'm like, all right, jump off a chopper. It sounds cool, but if it happens, cool. I didn't think it was gonna happen. And then they're like,
the
yo,
video is way better than we thought it would be.
way better.
Yeah, it's sick.
Way better, because we had the sand. I think it really made it was like movie scene.
Yeah,
like,
you need that.
the only thing we're missing is 100 people, and I should have just jumped in the air and act like I was about to hit somebody,
cut.
and then we cut.
Yeah, I like that.
We do that on the next one.
All right, my guy.
Love, brother.
Safe travels.
Have a good one. Thanks
Safe
for everything,
travels.
bro.
Yep.
So good to meet you.
Eventually, the clip was posted onto IG and did insane numbers, but with one small problem.
Okay, so since the last clip, it's been 48 hours, about less than 2 days, and this is crazy, dude. This is actually wild. Check this out. So, the video we just shot with Ashton, over 20 million views already on this sucker. Absolutely incredible and mind-blowing. And I'm just 600,000 likes, like 10,000. It's phenomenal. Like, I know the video would be good. Not a single. I don't even know why I'm even gonna say this. I went further out of my way than it probably looks, guys. Even the use of the helicopter was pretty, outside of what I would typically let somebody do. I got the property set up. I had the canine company come out. Obviously the bird and blah blah blah. Not one. Not one mention, not one tag of the old Rome dog, dude. Not one mention. I don't know how to explain it without sounding like you didn't credit me. But I guess I just come from a time where people were the important part of content. And now content is just more important than people now, apparently. I just come from where you would just naturally be like, yo, shout out my man for setting this all up for me, or some type of appreciation.
Roman thought that this could have something to do with how social media works today.
I also understand, like, on socials, it does probably hurt the algorithm now to tag people. It's just factual. Like, I'm not really upset about it. I just kind of mind blown, and that's what we've gotten to. Either way, I had a fun time, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. I think that's worth something. I know it's not like something intentional, from Ashton. It's like, don't tag. I know it's not that. It's just, you have a success and a good time with somebody, you give them the love, right? That's just the kind of person I am. I want to give back to whoever helps me.
There was almost universal support for Roman on this. The top comment on a YouTube short about this read, "Modern day influencers are just trashy like that." And another popular comment said, "Back in his day, they would both need to make videos on both channels and tag at the top of the video because OGs had manners." And even on Ashton's video are comments like, "No credit for pilot. Need to know who this awesome pilot was. And not tagging an OG is actually wild." Roman even politely commented on this post, which should have prompted Ashton to give him some sort of credit or recognition, but went unnoticed. Roman also pointed out the irony of one clipper who posted about the incident without tagging him as well. And to be fair, this clipper then linked the full video in the replies, and Roman thanked him. The only real defense for many people was, if he got paid for it, he doesn't deserve a shout out. You can't ask for both. So if Roman was getting paid to fly the helicopter, then this would make Ashton Hall's actions more justifiable, and it does go with every other post that Ashton Hall has made in the past where he hasn't tagged anyone. But the fact is that things were about to get even worse for Roman.
So I got a call today. Long story short, there's an investigation. I feel like we're super good. The FAA has reached out to everybody that does all my maintenance on my helicopter and requested my airworthiness certificate, basically stating that this is airworthy. They requested my basically maintenance documents to make sure that I'm within my annuals and inspections. Thank God for both of those, I am. I asked a lot of people if, this is all about the video I did with Ashton. I asked a lot of well-known people that fly and do this kind of stuff, and they all said I was super good. It's good. I'm within, you know, I have an experimental aircraft, private property. My aircraft's airworthy, and all my inspections and maintenance is up to date. So I feel like, first of all, I would never do a stunt like that unless if I wasn't, because you don't play around with this stuff. It's very serious. So I feel like we're good, but I do expect soon somebody's going to reach out to me and give me a lowdown. I'm hearing through the grapevine that things are being requested behind the scenes, and we will see what happens. Will there be something? More than likely. I don't know. But I do feel that I did everything right and safe. Obviously, everything worked out perfect, and my freaking bird just does what it does, and she's safe, so.
Essentially, there were multiple anonymous complaints, and Roman explained that he had a dedicated cohort of haters online who are ready to take him down at any opportunity.
Everything I do, there's a handful of people that watch me that specifically their only job is to make sure everybody knows, which is whatever. That's the double-edged sword of what I do.
Then he addressed the narrative that if Ashton paid him for the video, and he didn't need to credit him at all.
So I've seen a lot of people like, well, Ashton didn't tag him because he charged him. Not a penny. Didn't charge him, his team, a business, an LLC, $0. It was all on me, which is my job as a private pilot. I cannot. I have people all the time, hey dude, can I pay you to take me? No, I cannot. I've never accepted a single dollar to fly this helicopter. So I do want to add that in there, not to even cover me, but to actually teach a lot of you that as a private pilot, I cannot charge to use my aircraft. There's some fine lines of rules of like splitting gas costs with people. I have to pay 50%. But I've never even done that. I fly this at my expense. That's it.
So Roman's helicopter was now grounded for the foreseeable future. For many people, the fact that Roman didn't get paid was confirmation that Ashton was completely in the wrong for not tagging him.
All right? I don't give a fuck if you're tall, short, black, white, rich, poor. You should be able to empathize. This is how I feel. If you're getting paid for something, your compensation was prearranged. You're being compensated with bread, nigga. Okay? Now, if you're not being paid in this instance, which it looks like he hasn't, come on, the least you could do is show love, bro. You feel me? The least you could do is show love, especially when somebody's going out their way. I don't feel like that's crazy, you know? Now, if, like, it don't matter what it is, nigga, it could be like a thumbnail designer, right? Like, if the thumbnail designer not being paid, I fully expect him to put his name on the shit. It's my shit, it's fucking watermark and all that. But if you paying a nigga, then we decided you're gonna get paid $75 for the thumb. Feel me? You don't need to put big ass logos on a thumbnail for me. I just feel like, come on, it's Roman Atwood, bro.
Not gonna lie, I thought Roman was being petty at first, crying about not getting any credit, but if you're going out your way to get all these resources to help a creator out, he said it was a hard task to achieve to get that helicopter for Ashton, right? If Ashton knew that, because I don't know if he did, even if he didn't, he still should have given Roman credit. It's not an obligation, of course, it's more showing your appreciation.
And Roman was now seen as part of a bygone era of social media where people credited each other for helping out with their content, and especially for something that's as hard to put on and as risky that Roman Atwood did for him as a favor, or a favor in potentially working together in the future.
Bro, I low-key feel so bad for Roman. Like, he did this video for Ashton Hall in the return of absolutely nothing. He got no money out of it, and he also didn't even get a tag when Ashton Hall posted this on his Instagram and all of his socials. So Roman got nothing but headaches out of this entire situation, and also got clowned because he came out and said that Ashton didn't tag him for any of this, and he wasn't trying to be that guy. But just like principles and morals, at his time, back in the day, bro, a tag on Instagram when you did a collaboration with someone else was a big thing.
At the same time, Roman did receive a lot of trolling for the item of clothing he was wearing.
Yeah, people are trolling Roman now because he's wearing this breaking the law sweater while he came out and said that he did everything safely and he also didn't charge Ashton Hall because that is illegal. But do you think that Roman's telling the truth?
There were also people who felt that the people who complained weren't simply haters but had genuine concerns about the stunt and the use of this helicopter. One Reddit comment read, "That helicopter is an accident waiting to happen. He's always talking about his health and being there for his children as they grow while playing in one of the most dangerous vehicles on Earth. This is probably a blessing in disguise." But Roman soon got to speak with the authorities and find out what was wrong with the helicopter and if he could fly it again.
One of my colleagues who's a fan of yours that you had heard that someone had submitted a complaint against you for your helicopter video, and I didn't want you to think that we were sitting out here with a hammer or anything waiting for you. So
I appreciate that.
Give you a name and let you know that I'm going to be the one that's conducting this complaint investigation is what it is.
Okay.
We're not looking to do an enforcement action against you or anything like that at this time. And as long as we can work with you, I think we can keep your helicopter in the air where you probably want it and keep you in the pilot seat where you probably want to be.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We received a series of complaints about that video specific to careless and reckless. And, being a very public person, as you are, having published all that stuff on YouTube, that stuff becomes public. So,
Yeah.
We went and I took a look at it and ran it by a couple of my colleagues here just to sort of see what we're looking at. And then we were taking a look at your helicopter as well, just to see standard protocol is for us to look into the airframe
Sure.
and the pilot to see what's going on before we reach out. So that's kind of where we got to, and I heard that you spoke with one of our airworthiness guys here the other day.
Yep.
And they were able to get in touch with Thoroughbred, and Joe Ott sent us an airworthiness certificate. And what we found, at this point, is that we're going to need to do some work with you on that airworthiness certificate.
Okay.
In order for it to continue to be airworthy.
Okay.
So it is out of compliance. So before it gets flown again, it would need to have the what's called a ferry permit done.
Sure.
At this stage, most of Roman's anger was directed away from Ashton and onto the people who sent the anonymous complaints.
Gosh dang, bro. Everybody calls and cries about everything. It's crazy because I know whoever called on me, or the tens of 20s of people that called on me, he said he had many of them, aren't doing shit in your life. You're just miserable. You're doing nothing with your life. And all I do is preach doing something. You watch me just doing life and you hate it. You hate that somebody else is doing more than you. I'm not going to let it ruin my day. My helicopter is now grounded because of you. I hope you know. But you will not win. I will win. I will have my helicopter back. All you're doing is delaying my life, my fun, my family. That's all you just did. So you get a little boner right now, but I'll get mine back.
And he explained to his audience why this was such a big deal.
We're going to go home and break the news to Britt that I can't take her on our anniversary. We were going on a trip in the helicopter tomorrow for our anniversary. And it's just been building up for months, years we've been talking about doing this, and now I have to tell her we can't. I made all that up. I gotta explain her the situation. It sucks. It really, the worst part is that the helicopter is grounded solely because of paperwork that isn't filed properly. It has nothing to do with me. It's that the phone calls called an investigation of me, which of course they're going to dig into the aircraft, the airworthiness, the limitations, and they're going to find, if there's an issue, they're going to find it, which there was that I was unaware of. And I think it's a good thing. I'm going to have new education. I'm going to learn more. I'm meeting with the FAA on the 27th. This is going to be a good thing, and I'm going to be able to adjust my limitations airworthiness certificate to work better for us.
And while many people waited for some kind of response from Ashton Hall, he's been completely silent. The reality is that the crossover audience between Roman Atwood and Ashton Hall doesn't seem to blend in very much. Not to mention, people don't have much of an attachment and aren't fans of Ashton Hall as a person or an influencer. They more so see him as a piece of entertaining content, and what he's doing is really just providing entertainment. People don't feel this attachment to him in a way that a vlogger like Roman Atwood, who's spent years developing and showing a personal side of himself, whereas Ashton Hall seems more like a character from like a Johnny Bravo on television or something like that. And in a weird way, Roman has actually benefited from this incident. He recently posted a screenshot on the viewing figures from his channel and wrote, "What a return. Record-length videos. Record views. Let's keep the train rolling. This week I'm experimenting with filming on my non-gym days to see how my energy changes. So I'll see you Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday this week. Thank you so much. See you soon." So, as an OG YouTuber, he knows how to make the best of a bad situation. But it is unfortunate that quote-unquote snitching on Ashton Hall is partially what got the haters to complain about him and brought him back down to earth. No pun intended.